Okay, you have a business, your business is growing, but it's bugging you that you can't accept the credit cards. So definitely you need to have the merchant service provider, but there are tons of them on the market, and which one is the best solution for your business? Let's find out. We spent tons of efforts, money, and time to get all this information for this review. So today we're going to talk about the Flagship merchant service. Jump in.
Welcome to our review of merchant service. Today we will speak about a well-known and very reliable service. When choosing a full-service credit card processing company for your business, you want to look for flexible terms that make it easy to change things up as your business grows. Instead of getting locked into a traditional 3-year processing contract, you want month-to-month terms, and that allows you to move on if the merchant account provider isn't meeting your needs or you find a better deal somewhere else, without having to pay an expensive penalty or wait months or years for your contract to expire. You also want the option of choosing the pricing model that will save you the most money on your processing fees. Why this service? Month-to-month terms and choice of pricing model. This merchant service is our pick for the credit card processor with the best flexible terms because it offers all of its customers month-to-month service with no early termination fee. By offering monthly terms to its merchants, name of this service, Flagship Merchant. Flagship Merchant Services shows its confidence in the quality of its services and in the value of its pricing. The service also allows you to choose between tiered or Interchange Plus pricing. Industry experts prefer Interchange Plus pricing because of its transparency, but businesses that run a high volume of PIN debit transactions may save money with tiered pricing, particularly if the payment processor offers a special rate for this type of transaction. Flagship has a proven track record in the payment processing industry. It's been in business for more than 15 years and is used by brands such as Subway, Verizon, and Avon. It works with businesses of all sizes, including smaller merchants and startups. Its parent company, iPayment, was recently acquired by PaySafe, so you'll see PaySafe branding on your email communications with the company. Flexibility. As mentioned above, Flagship Merchant Services offers its services on a monthly basis to all customers, and there is no early termination fee. Standard credit card processing contracts have a 3-year terms that automatically renew for additional 2-year terms with only a 30 to 90-day cancellation window, making them difficult to exit. They can also have early cancellation fees, sometimes with liquidated damages clauses, which can be very expensive. However, if you accept free equipment instead of purchasing it, you'll be subject to a longer contract. For example, if you accept the Clover Mini POS system, you'll be under contract for the standard 3-year term. Even though it's hard to turn down a freebie, it's better to purchase the equipment from the provider upfront and keep the month-to-month terms. Affordability. Credit card processing rates are based on several factors such as your type of business, the ways you wish to accept credit cards, your average monthly sales volume, and more. Flagship Merchant Services only posts the qualified debit card rate for its tiered pricing structure on its website as a teaser. It doesn't advertise its full tiered pricing schedule or its Interchange Plus plan on its website, as the rates it offers you may vary. Depending on your monthly sales volume, you may be able to negotiate lower processing rates and fees than those we were quoted in our testing. Typically, the higher your sales volume, the lower your rate. To get pricing specific to your business, you can contact a Flagship sales representative for a custom quote. Here's how Flagship Merchant Services' 2 pricing structures work. Tiered pricing. This is Flagship's default pricing model, and it bundles different types of credit card transactions into 3 tiers, each for debit and credit cards: qualified, mid-qualified, and non-qualified. Each tier has a percentage rate and a per transaction fee. Debit cards with PIN authorization, 25 cents. Regular debit cards accepted in person, qualified, 0.35% plus 19 cents. Regular credit cards accepted in person, qualified, 1.55% plus 19 cents. If you manually key in a credit or debit card, the transaction is downgraded to the mid-qualified tier and costs an extra 0.95%, which means that it would cost 1.3% plus 19 cents for debit cards and 2.5% plus 19 cents for credit cards. If your customer pays using rewards, corporate or international cards, the transaction is downgraded to the non-qualified tier and costs an extra 1.95%, which means that it would cost 2.3% plus 19 cents for debit cards and 3.5% and 19 cents for credit cards. If you accept a high volume of these types of cards, this is a very costly option. Interchange Plus pricing. Also known as wholesale pricing, true pricing, and cost plus, Interchange Plus pricing gives small merchants access to the same low rates as big box high volume stores. You may need to specifically request this pricing model, but the sales rep we spoke with volunteered it and explained how it works. Here's Flagship Merchant Services Interchange Plus rate. Interchange Plus a markup of 0.30% plus 10 cents. The rep we spoke with noted that the base interchange rate is typically between 0.65% and 2.65%, and there is also a small assessment fee that the card network charges. This means that if you accept a Visa Rewards card for a retail transaction and the interchange fee is 1.65% plus 10 cents and the assessment fee is 0.15% plus 2 cents, you add the markup of 0.3% plus 10 cents, so your total processing fee would be 2.1% plus 22 cents. If your customers prefer paying with reward cards, the pricing model can be significantly less expensive than tiered pricing. Other fees. In addition to swipe fees, Flagship Merchant Services generally charges a few monthly fees. Monthly fee for customer support and online reporting, $7.95. Monthly minimum, $25, which is calculated against the number of transaction rates and fees you paid the company. For example, if you only process enough transactions to generate $20 in processing costs, you would pay the remaining $5 as a fee. PCI compliance fee, $5 per month for the Clover TransArmor fee. This is less expensive than average, as a compliance fee typically costs $99 per year. If you neglect to take the PCI self-assessment questionnaire, you're charged a PCI non-compliance fee each month until you take it and establish your compliance. Some of these fees may be negotiable. There's no application fee, and the service provider waives a handful of fees that other processing companies charge. Customers receive the following products and services fees. Customers receive the following products and services free: merchant account setup, shopping cart setup, American Express setup. Flagship Merchant Services is confident it can offer you the lowest rate. Currently, the company is offering a $50 American Express gift card if it can't match a quote from a competing merchant services provider. Don't be misled though. This comparison applies only to a total processing package, not to a transaction fee or other individual costs. As with all credit card processing companies, you want to read the contract before signing the application and make sure that you're aware of all possible fees. You also want to opt out of any additional service clauses in the contract, as these often carry additional fees for services you may not need or want. Flagship is a full-service processor, so you can choose the payment acceptance method that makes sense for your business. For instance, you may need a credit card terminal or point-of-sale system for your physical store, a payment gateway for your online store, a virtual terminal for phone orders, and a mobile card reader for on-the-go sales. Because you're working with a single company to accept payments across all your sales channels, your funds all go into a single merchant account, which streamlines your sales and accounting processes. Here are the multiple ways you can accept credit cards with Flagship Merchant Services. Credit card terminal. If you have a low sales volume and you need a simple way to accept credit cards, you can get a Verifone credit card terminal that has a built-in printer and PIN pad, so you can easily process credit cards in person at a checkout counter. Mobile card reader. With a mobile credit card reader, a dongle that attaches to Android and Apple smartphones and tablets, and mobile app, you can accept credit cards on the go. Point of sale system. This service gives retailers and restaurants access to the popular Clover line of full-featured POS systems, payment gateway and shopping cart. Flagship's payment gateway service lets you accept credit card payments online via a shopping cart for your e-commerce website. Virtual terminal. Accept credit cards over the phone or by mail order by manually entering payment information into your computer. In addition to 24/7 phone support, Flagship Merchant Services assign each merchant a dedicated support agent that they can call or email directly when issues arise. When you first contact a merchant service provider, you'll be connected to a sales representative who asks about your business, walks you through your options, and discusses rates and fees.